afternoon on. So I'm just wandering into town. Excuse the wind noise if there is any. I don't have a windscreen for my phone, and it does feel like there's a storm or something blowing in, although one hasn't been forecast. I think if there's some giant supercell over the Atlantic, it's going to affect all the west coast of Europe, isn't it? So the wilderness around here is beautiful, to be honest with you. It's different, obviously a different feel to back in the UK. It's got that more Mediterranean feel where you get cactuses, cacti just growing wild, and palm trees, olive trees and things like that. And it's nice. For some reason the locals seem to think it's fine just to dump shit, so there's just loads of it. It's a shame, really. I mean, this is supposed to be some like designated protected area. I was googling yesterday. Apparently if you're caught camping in one of these protected areas, anything from 120 to 600 euro fines. Yeah, that kind of shit's going on. I don't like fires, I don't damage the undergrowth, I don't leave litter, and yet I'm potential for a 600 euro fine. Yeah, anyhow, this is why I tend to just be as low impact, and even if I am out wild camping in the wilderness, I still try to be fairly stealthy because I don't want to attract attention unnecessarily. Yeah, I suppose my attitude to the wilderness is a bit different out here as well. Back home, I'd happily just go bushwhacking through, go off-piste into the forest without giving it a moment's consideration. But out here, I never know if I'm going to stumble into the home of a whole family of wild boars and wake them up and end up getting mangled. I did at one point have aspirations to go off and do hike like the PCT or the Appalachian Trail, something like that, but they have bears and mountain lions out there, and seeing how just the wild boars have sort of unnerved me, it makes me think that somewhere with actual large predators that will happily, hunt and predate on humans. I don't think I've got the nerve for it anymore. I'll just show you what I'm looking at. I guess it looks like a quarry or something like that. I don't know. You can get, obviously not this side because it's a cliff, but around from over near where I'm camping, you can sort of get down there. So, giving more and more thought to my future when I get back home. Obviously, I've got certain practical things I need to do after my relationship breakup, but more about my career, I guess. Turns out, my current job actually is fairly secure. But the whole situation, the way it's been sort of turned over, has made me actually kind of stop to reconsider and wonder whether it actually is what I want to continue doing for the future. Likewise, stepping out of your comfort zone is scary. Now, I did say I wanted to embrace uncertainty and face challenges and take more risks, but that doesn't make them feel any less scary. So I'm still kind of torn. I suppose that's probably why I'm not doing so. Maybe I should do some hiking, I suppose, but the weather's been a bit shocking, to be honest with you. So yeah, I've just been given a lot of sort of reflective moments, trying to just weigh up pros and cons, and not so much that, because I mean the pros to all sides and cons to all sides. So really it's going to have to come down to sort of intuition or gut instinct and see how my feelings actually are on a subject, which the trouble is that, feelings can change and they're a bit, unpredictable at times. So, I don't know, it's all a learning experience, I guess. I'll just have to feel my way forward. So the only reason I'm walking into town now is literally just to upload my video, because I did commit to try and upload a video every single day. So I'm going to wander in and use the Wi-Fi. And then just wander back to my camp basically and hunker down for the night as this weather rolls in. I've stretched a tarp over the top of my tent. I put the tarp up first and pitched the tent underneath it, so it's given me a sort of dry area of ground sort of outside the front of my tent for getting in and out, which is working quite well. It means I can then leave my door open at night, and it means I'm not getting a lot of condensation in the tent, which is quite good. So that setup's working quite well. Don't know if I mentioned this, the trip has been quite high attrition on my kit, because a lot of my kit's ultra lightweight. You know, I've been using it quite heavily for a month, and there's a lot of snags and wears and abrasions and things, which I'm going to have to look at. I think my little tarp's probably ready for replacing. I don't think it was expensive. I think when I bought it, it's probably 15 quid or something. It's actually what would you call it? A ground sheet protector for some tent, a 2-man tent. So it's just like a little thin sill nylon ground sheet thing, but it's got little tabs on each corner, so I use it as a lightweight tarp. I made some like bungee tie-outs for it. It works really well actually, but I imagine the price would have gone up. I think it's made by Gear Top or someone like that. I just bought it off Amazon, and it packs down to about the size of like a grapefruit, I suppose. Well, it's smaller than that. It's, with all the bungee cords, it's like the size of a grapefruit. It's great. You can just chuck it in your bag. If you've got to sit on wet grass, you can use it as a ground sheet. If it's raining, you can stretch it between a few trees and shelter. So it's worth replacing for the money. I've got a much nicer, heavier duty tarp, but I can't often be bothered to carry that with me. I use that for bushcrafting. Some goats here that have all got bells around their neck, if you can hear the bells ringing. So yeah, heading to town. I'll upload this video, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hope your weekend's going well. Have a good one.